Everyone, Dave, little video on my social media, plus I'm going to put a review on this carburetor that I bought. You've been following my videos over the years. You may remember seeing this generator. I had this since 2003 and it just really ran great, you know. I liked it because I wanted something I could carry by myself and actually with one hand most of the time. This was made in Italy, and this is the reliable Honda engine when I bought it. The mistake I think I made, and I won't know until I put this carburetor on. I don't know if anyone ever heard of a fuel product called True Fuel. And Home Depot sells it, maybe Walmart. It's such that they can ship it too, I think. Walmart or Home Depot has like a generic version of it too. I liked it because it claims that you could leave it in your small engines or whatever for 2 years or a year or something. And if you're new at this, never leave fuel in any of this stuff for any length of time. Like a lawnmower, generator, any small engines, recreational vehicle, motorcycle, etc. And if you don't believe me, the very first snow you get in your area, if you get snow, you go to one of these lawnmower shops, it's just full of all these snow blowers, people left the gas in them. And it's even worse with this new gas, because there's alcohol in it, it deteriorates even faster. They don't recommend you put alcohol fuel mixtures in some of these products, particularly the older ones. If you ever want to buy gasoline that has no alcohol at all in it, there's a website. I forget the name, but just search no alcohol gasoline. And there's a website that lists all the places, put your city, state in. You'll see all the gas stations that will sell alcohol that has no alcohol. No, gasoline, I'm sorry, that has no alcohol at all. It's just true gas. There's one near me, I think it's an Amoco. Of course, it's more money, like $1.50, $2 more a gallon. But it's great for small engines. Now, usually when I don't use these, I run the gas out of them. I don't know whether that True Fuel jacked this carburetor up or what, but I went and bought another one. And if you ever do this job, you need to know if you have an automatic choke or a manual choke. And read carefully because there's two different kinds. Of course, this one's a manual choke. If you ever did this job, it's a pain. I come up with this solution here because all of this has to be held in position and the air filter has to go on, and it's all 2 bolts. And it's really tough to line it all up with gaskets, etc. Now the kit actually came with gaskets. And I'm putting this all together. Now what I'll do at the last minute, pull one chopstick out at a time, put a screw bolt in, put another one. So it should keep position. I'm looking at this, and I'm going, this is the replacement card. I'm thinking, why do I not remember this just free-flowing like this? And once I get it lined up, you'll see that it just flips back into place. Well, what am I doing wrong? What did I do wrong, you know? So I looked at the old carburetor. Now let's see why they didn't do this. I don't know. Now let me see if I get it close. As I pull this back, you're going to see that hole where a post should go right there. Can you see that? Cover it back up. Now if you look at that plastic piece, it's designed, see that notch? In other words, there should be a post there where that notch, that plastic piece would fit onto that notch and hold it there while you start the engine, and then you would have to push the choke back because that post would put resistance, sliding resistance there. Here's the old carb. Now it's scratched up a little bit because I tried to pull it out. See if you can see it. Let's see. Doing this one-handed. See if you see that. See the post? Let's see. See the post? Now I got to try to get that out. If it'll come out. It looks like it was meant to, you know, compress into that hole. Why they didn't put that in, I have no idea. But see, the plastic piece is the same. Let's see if I get a better focus. See? That's how it would be in choke. It would lock. And then it would come off. So when I do a review on this, I'm going to mention they didn't put the post in, see? And that's why the choke, now what do I do, see? It'll just, once it lines all up, it won't stay on choke. I'll have to hold it or do something if I don't get that post out. So anyway, here we go. And I actually have two of these generators. I have one with a Subaru engine that, you know, this is my backup when the power goes out. And I wanted something I could do by myself. This was called the lifter. Got this one thing here. Of course, the reliable Honda engine. This was made in Italy, the generator part. So this is my solution. When the power went out here, I got stuck here in Pennsylvania once. And here, I'll show you. I came up with some solutions here. See, this would run your furnace. So I started out with this, and I'm like, you know, that's that would at least keep heat in the house. Now, the power from the furnace actually runs the thermostat too, so you're good that way. And I'm like, you know what, I'm going to expand this thing. So I put another one on, and I figured, hey, I got to get that TV to work, keep her happy, right? And the cable, so came up with a couple solutions. And when the power goes out, I'm set now. So, and I showed a couple of my neighbors how to do this. I don't know whether they did or not. But anyway, I'm going to let you know if that was the problem. I think that True Fuel jacked this carburetor up. And, you know, I did the usual. I changed the spark plug. You know, it looks like it's getting all the fuel it needs from the tank and the suction device here, vacuum device. So if this doesn't work, then it's on to plan B or C. So if you ever do this job, remember these chopsticks and look closely at that carburetor. And I specified a manual choke. You know, where do you see this setup on a Honda lawnmower? They got this little, with the automatic choke, there's a little wax device in there that sometimes goes bad into the engine, heats up, cools down, that kind of stuff. So let me see if I can get that post in business. It was the carburetor. Now I'm going to do an electrical thing here, and any of you guys in the electrical business or know something about it, let me know. First, let's go take a look. Okay. Here's that choke. See, it does. It's not as bad as I thought. See, it'll hold a little bit, enough to get it started. There, it's holding that time. Yeah, see, there's a little bit of tension, but maybe that company will send me a post to put in there. Okay, we're going to test her out. Now, the reading I'm getting is between 85 and 90 volts. And I'm going to let you guys tell me, should I set this idle up or not? This is one of them ones that as soon as it starts, boom, full blast. So this essentially is off and on here. All right, so we got that. Got two things in. What we're going to do is put it under load. There's a hair dryer at 1875, and we'll see what kind of current we get when we turn it on. Believe it or not, I could run the whole house with that, except for the air conditioning, you know, furnace, lights, internet, cable, all that stuff. It's just a matter of switching on and off what you want. Refrigerators, the microwave, I don't have that connected. So looking back on it, I probably should have put one big one in, you know, but I started out just being happy to be warm. So if you have a gas furnace, this is all you need. It's not that difficult if you're not afraid to touch stuff, right? You just turn the main breaker off. You pretty much touch anything in there. And the way those switches are, even if the power comes back on, that switch can't be two places at the same time. So if power comes back on, you just shut it off, and it's ready for next time. And when you buy these, they used to put this plug in, but then they stopped because I just can't believe when I read about it How many people run these generators in their damn garage? I just can't get it. So the burden is, it's like taking the cover off the electric match. You put that in and not them. They used to send it with it, and you would just connect it yourself, you know. But now you could just, you know, connect it. If you know just a few things, you should be okay. All right, what we're going to do, before I start the engine, you have to listen to that. We're going to run it, see what it is, volts, and then we're going to put it under load to see what it is. It will surge to, I think, 2,800, but it'll run 2,500, if I remember right. Yeah, see, it's 2,800. Here's some of the specs on it for you technical guys here. There's a date in there somewhere. Oh, there it is. May of 2003. All right, let me fire it up, do the test. What I'm looking for is advice. Should I turn the idle up, get the voltage up, or leave it the way it is? See, I could set all that right here. Since it's just a run and not run, there's some screws in here. Just keep going and idle goes up with it. But I didn't touch it since I put that new carb in. All right, let me set that up, do it running. Okay, there we go. This is bolts. Now, when I touch the governor just a little bit, it goes all the way up to like 112 or something. So, you guys in the business tell me, is that good, bad, or what? All right, here we go. You'll hear the engine change here. Start low. There it goes. See, it must work on demand. We're going to DEFCON 1 now. Alright, there it is. Close enough. I'm thinking just to leave it right there. That's the low. There, it'll settle down. Just for the hell of it, we'll do house current, just to see what it runs at. Up again. Low. Up. Oh yeah. Okay, let's try house current. This is house current right here. Well, I'm just going to leave it as is unless one of you guys want to tell me something different about the idle. Or not the idle, the setting. Actually, there is no idle. It just jumps right into it. It's either full blast or off. All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. And if you're selling these carburetors or you're buying one, for the manual choke, be sure to look because it's kind of, you'll miss it. There's so much written here, but you want the manual choke for that type of engine. Thanks for tuning in, and please make your comment about the settings. I appreciate it. Thank you.